Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to share my December Sam Poole design team project, and it is Christmas. And I created a hardcover journal which I covered with silk velvet, and it's full of like little gifts. It'd be a great journal to give as a gift to someone, and I did leave a lot of journaling space. So the kits that I used from Sam Poole was the Christmas at the Manor. That's what it was based off of. One of her newest Christmas kits. And Victorian Christmas Stockings are tucked around in there. Winter greens. And I did use from a few other designers some Christmas like fussy cuts and papers. And let's see, some of the Veriepear. I used her fussy cut Christmas digitals, and PixelThread, her Victorian Jane Austen Christmas. And I used one of my fellow design team members, some of her pages from one of her kits, DorothyJanePaperie. And so let's get started. On the cover, I have a brooch which can be removed, so it's one of the Christmas gifts. Well, I should say two. The first would be the journal, and then this ribbon flower brooch, and has a couple of mother of pearl buttons and a little rhinestone cluster in the center. And it's just a brooch for a nice sloppy sweater or even a coat. And I used a clasp closure, and inside I tucked a writing board, nice and hard. You can also jot some notes on that as well. It's just tucked under a vintage piece of lace. And I made a little paper pen, a flat journaling pen. I just put little bling rhinestones and attached an acrylic set of holly leaves and a bauble. And I also used some of my vintage French metallic lace. I thought that was nice and frilly, and it would be pretty in this journal. I think these are from PixelThread. I'm not sure, but these are just some journaling cards that I just left them, or made them long and just put a ribbon flower on it. They're just some pretty Christmas ladies. And they just tuck inside of the front pocket. And this is a printed sheet music, and I put a little piece of the sari trim, the salvaged piece of sari trim. And this actually is from, I did use a few other bits and pieces of Sam's kits. This is the patisserie kit paper, and it just reminded me of candy canes, so I used that. And I did use some fussy cuts, as I said, that I printed on satin sticker paper, and that was from Veriepear. And on this little tea page, I put a little teacup and a teapot with a little piece of polka dot sari. And here's another gift, and it's a hat pin or a lapel pin. It's just a little butterfly with red rhinestones. And it's just tucked between a vintage piece of those holly leaves that were so popular in the 50s. And I just used a bowl clip to attach a piece of the decorated sari and a glass Swarovski button, green and gold. And I just clipped it on here for this tuck to keep these in place. They're just journaling cards. And on this one, I just put some little rhinestones. And I used some washi tape and stickers to decorate some of the plain pages. And some vintage lace. And under this tuck, I did a little decorative paste on an old piece of music sheet, and everyone having dinner at the Manor. And in this little card or envelope, I placed some little gifts, little pieces to journal on, dates or names. Could be like, you could put the names of the families that attended your Christmas dinner or church services. It's a little shadowy in here today because we finally have some sunshine. So this little teacup, I love these little tags. Sam's got cute little tags to cut out and put here and there. And this is just a little vellum envelope, and it's got those little the old photo albums with the gold. And I figured this page up is so pretty, I didn't want to cover it, but whoever gets this album or journal can place them in there with their own Christmas photos. That just tucks up under that sprig of greenery. Some more vintage French metallic trim. And I saw this recently where they took hair clips and rusted them. And I thought it was a neat idea, so I did the same. So that clips in a couple of journaling cards. And some of the cards I did put Wink of Stella for a little shine. I don't know if it picks it up, but just to be a little more festive. And in this old marriage certificate, because the lady of the manor was married on Christmas Day. So in this pocket, I have some gift tags that you can stick double-sided tape or whatever on the back and use them as gift tags. And I did use Wink of Stella on these. There's 4 of those. And this little envelope, I try to put a little Velcro on each of the envelopes that have special things in it. And this has the ornaments, all kinds of little ornaments for more notes, like who attended your party or what gifts you gave or received, dates of plays and times when you're going Christmas caroling or whatever you wish. I love this page. It's from the Christmas at the Manor kit. And it also included several of these pretty bows, which I put either a rhinestone or a little flat pearl in each. And this has a nice journaling card with a teacup from one of Sam's kits. And I added one of her labels down here to just kind of catch this so it doesn't go through. In this envelope, I've just put some vintage, some of her, oh no, that's not what there's in here. This is the kind of the ribbon candy and the food part of the kits. I slipped it in that envelope. This is just a flip page for journaling. Now the center signature, there's 3 signatures, and the center one I mainly just use blank pages for journaling. And on this front of the second signature, I did add one of those flowers that I made a couple months ago. I believe it was in my last journal, or I just did it's on my Instagram page, but those were fun to make. I definitely need to make more of those. And this folded piece, I also just recently found a little tutorial and sat down and grabbed a sheet of paper and folded it. And it just has a little stocking journaling card. I love this little card. It's just so simple and sweet. And then just a few other little journaling cards tucked in here. There's the Manor. And this is a pretty one. And then on the back you have a place for another nice journaling card. So that just kind of tucks under that flower and clips on. And that's a piece of washi tape. I believe I ordered that from Amazon. I'm not sure. And the center is mainly for journaling. I just decorated a few pages with washi tape and the tabs. Now this is one of Dody's, DorothyJanePaperie's. Reminded me of the Christmas sweaters. It's a needlework, but it just reminded me of like when you go skiing and just sledding, that you would wear a nice cozy sweater. And here's a little song, washi tape. And again, more journaling space. And some vintage, no, this is not vintage. This is a newer lace, and then just has a trim. Little festive trim. Lots of journaling space. And in this pocket, I have just a little cutout, fussy cut. I don't remember where I got her. And then a couple of journaling cards and a fabric sample of what you might wear, have made a dress for your Christmas dinner, entertaining. And a little shaker card with some sequins and some little golden beads. But you can journal, oh, you can't, well, you could if you used a marker. I thought I left that plain, but anyway, you could use it as an ornament or put it on a gift package. A gift. Oh, goodness. Oh, I got 2 of them. And then some more vintage trim. Holly berries. I think that's one of Dody's, not sure. A little avocado dyed paper. And some more trim, the third journal. All of the kids gathered around to get their gifts. And here's another piece of fabric, a little fabric swatch from one of Sam's haberdashery kits. And this, it's a French page from a book, and I just covered it with a really fine tool and just sewed around it and placed a little girl's photo inside. And here's another of those pretty bows of Sam's with a little pearl. I love this page too. It's a piece of old lace very fine old lace, and then a cotton heart with embroidery. And yet another sample. This just is on with a rusty paper clip and a little applique, and that's a burnout velvet. And I used one of Sam's little bows. They come in different sizes to use it as a hold for this envelope that has the old pictures, I believe. Yes, it's got the old pictures of the skating, the women and men skating, and a swan, and the bird of winter, and a manor, which are all journaling cards. And that just tucks up there and flips in there. And this little pretty bow just has a couple pretty journaling cards tucked in there. And these two pretty bows. I love the color she chose, like a golden yellow, the green and the pink and light burgundy color. This was just a Christmas card from long ago, and I just cut the front off and kind of backed it a little bit, but it shines through the greeting from the person who had sent it. Here's a pheasant, probably for Christmas dinner. And some pretty swans with some holly. Just a piece of vellum covering this Santa Claus. Some old crocheted trim. The deer with some holly. Here's another of the ribbons that I use as a, like a belly band, and one of her Christmas sayings. And this is an authentic German, oh dear, what are they called? Not snippet. The German, oh, I can't think. Anyway, it's a real one and has a signature on it. But I took this out of my really old album where the original owner, she collected these. I cannot believe I can't think of the name of these. I keep thinking snippets. It's not a snippet. Scrap. They're old German scraps that women used to collect. And she, with the green and all that, I just thought she'd be perfect in here. And another pretty bow with this little girl. Oops, oh, I got her stuck. You're supposed to take it out of the bow part first. There we go. This little girl with her buggy and this sweet little picture. Little girl with holly. And here's a sleigh ticket to ride the sleigh and to go to a Charles Dickens reading. And on this page, I just took a card stock and cut it like a pocket, like a kind of like an index card. And this can be removed and written on the back. It's just a journaling card. And in here, I added some Christmas songs, some old Christmas songs from a kit that I purchased last year or the year before. But you can journal on the back of those as well. I just covered it with some French book page. And I dangled a piece of ribbon, and jacquard ribbon, and a French horn. And under this here's Sam's Victorian Christmas stockings, and I just am using them as journaling cards. But I just put a little brad and put 3 of them together so that you could just write on them. And then of course I tucked in some red and green color cards, swatches, and a couple of tickets for toys and dolls and holly and little Christmas tree for some little notes. It just tucks in there. And this rusty paper clip has one of Sam's words, jingle, with a little tiny bell and a piece of sari silk. And it just holds on this sweet little Christmas bell. It says a Merry Christmas. And this sheet music, Star of Faith, which you could journal on the back. I printed lined paper on it. It folds over this avocado paper. And I cut out a Christmas tree to add these little cards. There's pretty little vintage cards. I love this one with the birds. Journaling cards. I just stacked them up there. And a little flip, which is a Christmas list for the child who's naughty or nice. And this little bow holds a couple of, it holds a, one of those old, oh my goodness, Victorian scrap pieces, but it's a newer one. That one was printed. And these are just little pieces of washi that I printed off that you could use to hold something special in the journal. And then here's some bookmarks or journaling cards. I just added a little wink of Stella. And they have lined paper, or lines on the back. And they tuck down here and there, and they're held up by this sign, this little tag by Sam, from Sam's kit. And some more lace and trim. And here's another little gift. It's a vintage lace hanky. And that just tucks in here with this large piece of paper for journaling, lined on the back. Around the tree. And this applique was pretty. It just looked Christmassy to me, so I stuck it in there to hold this envelope, which has some more stickers and washi. I just printed off all kinds of Christmas washi strips, so you can add them wherever you want. Let's just do this. And that's it. On the back is a very fine little doily with a silk ribbon rose. And I trimmed it off with a sheer gold ribbon, like a lace. And there she is. And this is the Christmas at the Manor inspired journal for Sam Poole's design team. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.